Yeah. So our session is officially recording, so we can get started. So we're going to look at use cases and use case diagram. So yeah. So what is use cases? Use cases, as the name sound, use cases. It means what are the use cases means what are the various cases we can use this solution or this application or this software. In what cases, in what manner, in what capacities can we use this application, and who can use this application, and in what cases? You can say you can use it to collect data, we can use it to record transaction, we can use it to do this by this person can use it. So this is going to give the stakeholders insight of the kind of value that solution or that software is going to bring to the company. Yeah, giving them visibility. This is going to bring a lot of value to the table. We are bringing something to the table. So we are not joking. That's why we need to equally create a use case document and use case diagram to show in a diagram how it is going to be used, who are going to use it, what are they going to use it to do. So in a very snapshot, the management already know exactly what you are building for them before you commit to execution for them to start finally build it. You need to show this last diagram is very important. Use case diagram, use cases and use case diagram. You know, telling the story, user stories, and is not enough, because they are really putting a lot of money into this, and after this point, the building starts, the configuration, the coding starts. So you need to show that, yeah, this is it. If there's any more thing to add or anything to remove, they need to have full visibility of what you want to build. Yeah. So let's digest it more from our notes. Okay, let's start from use case. A use case describes a specific interaction between a user called an actor and a system. So how an actor is going to use the system, who is going to use it, and how they are going to use it. It focuses on what functionality the system provides from the user perspective, outlining steps involved in achieving a particular goal. So use cases focuses on what is going to be done, what is going to be achieved, what, not how. It defines functionality delivered by the system without going into the technical details of how the functionality is going to be implemented. So we're not here for how are you going to implement it, but what is it bringing to table? What? We're talking about what value. So goal-oriented, each use case represents a complete flow of activity that achieves a specific goal for the actor. You must show how each use case is going to bring value. How are they going to use it to? The actor here can be an accountant, it can be a salesperson, it can, so there are people we call actor. So you need to show how they are going to use it. User-centric. use cases are written from the perspective of the user, highlighting how they interact with the system. And then what is the use case diagram? So use case diagram, you need to show a diagram showing the activities between the actor and the system. How the actor is going to use the system. What value the system is providing the actor. So a diagram is a visual representation of use cases and actors. It uses a standardized set of symbols to depict the interaction between the system and the external entity called the actor and how they interact with the system. So let's look at how this is done. Here we have actor, we have use cases, and we have relationships. So who is the actor? Actor is being represented by a stick figure. Very soon you are going to see the diagram. They represent any user or external system that interacts with the system being designed. So is any external body can be an actor. So it's not only human. For instance, if you are building a software, and that software, let's say you are building this particular ERP, and this ERP, we need to integrate this ERP with a bank so that automatically the ERP will be pulling bank statements directly from the bank. So you don't need to start uploading it. So you see there is a relationship between the ERP and the bank. In this case, bank is now an actor. If there is a kind of payment that goes on, we have a payment processor. Maybe for instance, the Paystack or Flutterwave is integrated with this ERP. That Paystack or Flutterwave, which is an external source, is now an actor. If there is an accountant who logs in into the ERP every day to do his work, that accountant is an actor. And use cases is set of functionalities they provide. So use case is enclosed oval. They represent functionalities offered by the system. Then we have relationship. We have relationship with arrow that points to from the actor to the use case, showing which actor is performing which use case, because we might have up to 20 use cases. So we want to see the relationship between the actors and the use cases. So that is the relationship here. We need to show that in a diagram as well. So the benefit of use case diagram is to improve communication. They provide a clear and concise way to communicate system requirements between developers, stakeholders, and users. Enhance understanding. They help visualize the system's functionality and how different actors interact with it. And early identification of issue. They can help identify potential problem or missing functionality early in the development process. So, when you finish drawing your diagram and you present it to the stakeholder, and there is an important functionality or activity that has been bothering them, has been a pain point to them, and they look through the use cases and they cannot find it, they will say, no, this is not complete. So it's very, very important. Yeah. The summary is that use cases and use case diagram are valuable tools in software development, system design, and requirement gathering. They provide shared understanding of the system functionality and how it is used by different actors. So let's see, this is Dynamics 365 CRM says use case document. You see here, these are various use cases. Lead management is a use case. This is a description. And this is the benefit this use case is going to bring to table. And who is going to use it is this actor here, is the sales rep. You have opportunity management, which is another use case. We have contact management, which is a use case. We have activity management. We have sales automation. We have reporting and analytics, mobile access, customer relationship management, and yeah, these are all use cases. And in this case, you look down here, you see various actors here represented. The actors we have here, we have sales representative, is an actor that initiates and manages sales processes. We have marketing agent, is an actor as well who generates lead and qualified potential customers. We have customers interact with the sales representative and provide feedback. And we'll have various use cases that through which these actors can now interact with the use cases. And you see all the use cases we've captured. They are all use cases here: lead capture, lead qualification, opportunity creation, opportunity management, contact management, activity management, report. They're all use cases. Reporting and analytics and customer interaction. And then we'll have relationships. Relationships, you see here, relationship we have here, we see marketing team, which is the marketing agent. The relationship here is generate lead. And you see sales representative here qualifies the lead. And we'll have sales rep as well, create opportunity. And we'll have sales rep manage opportunity. Sales representative create, maintain. So you see their relationship. Please put yourself on mute. Mr. Crescent, okay, you are disturbing the class. Yeah. So these are use cases we've got here. And as you, all the use cases and their relationships. So if you create a diagram, this is how it's going to look like for this. For instance, you see the marketing agent, we call them hanging man. So actors are now hanging man. You see here, marketing agent, you see lead capture, and this is lead qualification. You see what everybody here does here. So that is the full use cases. All the use cases are all these activities inside the container. And this container is supposedly the system, the CRM system. And you see everybody interacting, working, using this to do their job. Sales rep, a marketing agent, customer, and sales manager. You see, that's where they all interact with the system. So this kind of diagram you need to create so that it will be very clear. This is very, very simple. Depending on the kind of application or software you are creating. If you are creating a software like, let me say, e-commerce application where there is so many people using, then you might have so many use cases and so many people working with that particular system. You can have customers, you can have vendors, you can have delivery person, you can have integration with banks, integration with payment gateways, you can have admin, so many people. So it depends. This is just very simple. And then use cases and the use case diagram for this as well. That's what we just said. So that's it. This is for Dynamics 365 ERP. The first one here is for CRM, and this second one is for ERP. So you're lucky your own project is ERP. So we still have a use case. We are going to have a use case understanding on that, giving you enough information and equally visibility on how to go about your project. So in this case, we'll have this particular use case, which is for Dynamics 365 ERP, Enterprise Resource Planning. We have different actors here. We have administrator, we have an accountant, we have sales rep, we have inventory manager, we have procurement manager, we have customer, we have system itself. They are all actors. For instance, the administrator, which is the admin, manages configuration, user rules, and the system setups. The accountant handles financial transaction reporting and compliance. The sales representative here manages customer interaction, sales order, and quotes. Inventory manager oversees the level of stock, inventory tracking, and reordering. Procurement manager handles purchase order, vendor management, and procurement processes. Customer initiates order, interacts with the business via the portal. The system itself represents the external integrations like banks and external system like banks, payment gateway, and shipping services. These are various actors involved in this ERP system we're planning to build or configure or set up for a company called ChartUp. And there are various use cases is going to be, we have already mentioned them while we are discussing the actors. So the system setup and configuration, we say is a use case. That is what the actor is going to be doing. And we say financial management. We say here is the actor, is the accountant. We say create and manage sales order. That is sales rep. Track inventory. So we've already mentioned them above, so we'll have them here. And that's how you need to document your work even before you proceed to create a diagram. And then the use case diagram, for planning to create a diagram. Now we've listed the actors and now we've listed the use cases. And then connections between them, we already described the relationship between all of them. And then you come down here, you build a diagram. You can see it's a simple diagram. So, yeah, that's it. It's very important you learn how to do it. I make this one very simple, but use case diagram, like I said, depending on the kind of software you are building, it can be more complex. You can see arrows flying here and there. Yeah. But the main thing is for you to understand the concept, understand this techniques in business analysis, and then understand how to document and how to create a diagram like this. So that is it. We are going to create a diagram like this. And I tell you that as a business analyst, You should be comfortable with diagrams, creating flow charts. You know, this use case diagram is one of the what we call UML, Unified Modeling Language. It belongs to that Unified Modeling Language. So what we are seeing here is what we call modeling. That's the way we talk, we the business analyst. That's where we convey information. We convey information with diagrams. We don't believe in talking too much. We want people to see it, visibility, not a note. We are not lawyers, you know. I don't have lawyers here. I know some lawyers here will just say, why this man calling us here? So this is where we BS talk. We don't code. We don't code much. You know, we can make simple code or configuration. So the code belongs to the developers, or let's say the programmers. But here, this is our language. Okay. All of us here, we are very conversant with Draw.io, because that is the UML tool we're going to be using for modeling, and we're using it because it's free and it's packed with a lot of values. So there is no need of going for paid one, while there is free one that's highly loaded. So for us to get started, we need to, we are going to use this documentation to create a diagram. I'm going to use, I'm not going to do CRM. Let's do ERP, because that's a project. Yeah. So we come here, say draw.io, and we already know how to use it. So I'm not going to take you step by step on how to, you already should know how to do it. So we're here in our canvas, and yeah, so instead of going to search the library one by one, I'll just use a keyword search, and I'll type use case. Use case. Yeah. Use case. Yeah. We can see here we have, so let's see the whole, these are use cases. But let's type container, because the first thing we are going to get is a container container will become the system. Say container. So we have various containers here. We can select one. So this. Yeah, any of them goes. Yeah. So I'll use this container. Yeah. So how other containers here? This one is for swim lane containers. Yeah. So this container is for building a website. This one is for different containers. So here we've got one container that can serve us, and we scale it, and yeah. So this container, and give this container a name, and say the container is going to be ERP system. ERP system. That's the name of the container. And then So this is the this is the software or the solution or the product we're building. So now we've got a container, we need to search for use cases. I type use case, so you can see here, you can see it's called the use case, use case, use case, and the actor. And this is uh, the relationships, relationship arrows. So yeah, any of them goes, and I choose this one. Yeah, so I can get as so many as possible, and I can go keep dragging and dropping, or I can duplicate. I can duplicate this one as so many time I want. So you got these various use cases. Yeah, yeah. So we can, as we are walking along, we can create as so many use cases as we want, and then we'll grab the actor called the hanging man, and we can duplicate as so many as possible. You know, so this is the hanging man, and yeah, I'll take another hanging man by this side. Yeah. So, what are various use cases? What are the various capacities our employees can use this ERP? Say use cases, system management, you can call it system management, system configuration, whichever one. But it's the duty of the admin to manage this system, do the configuration, assign uh, permissions. Yeah, that's a system admin. You just use one. So system and administration. System administration, you know, is as a use case. Yeah, system administration. And another use case here is financial management, manage financials, and come back here, say creates and manages sales orders. The use cases. And let's get another use case. Track inventory levels. So yeah, so let's give the names and say this handyman, say system system admin, and this one you can say accountant, and this one you can say sales rep. This one we can say inventory manager. Yeah. So, and then we can say this particular, we use this uh, arrow. Yeah. And this accountant manages their financials. No, I'm not using this one. I use this. I can equally duplicate it from here. And duplicate again. Yeah. So you can add as many actors and as many use cases as possible and show their relationship. Yeah. So that is it. And yeah, so, we have so many other, we have 8 of them here. So I said you can have as many as possible. You just have to bring them in. So if you are bringing them in, your diagram, your container, for instance, if you have more to bring, you can increase the size of your container to contain more activities. You can equally expand it this way, whichever way you believe will make your work look better. Yeah, so containing, and you can arrange them any way you want. It mustn't be this way. You can decide to arrange them. This one you can just decide that this one here is going to be here. You decide to, there's no any special arrangement order for you to show. You just use your expert knowledge or expert judgment to arrange your work, and yeah. So, and if there's a relationship in any of these use cases and you want to describe the relationship between use cases, you can equally use this as well to describe relationships between use cases. Like now, if there's a relationship between system and inventory level, you can use it. So you can use, say, others, other, and this can create a relationship, you know. So create order. If there is other, so many others, it can trigger to low inventory going down. So it can trigger for you for them to restock. when the inventory, when there is huge orders, and then we have low inventory. So you can use this to show relationship between two use cases as well. Yeah. Uh, So that is use cases. So the main thing in use cases is to show activities within the system, who is doing this, what is the relationship. Relationship is how the actors are using, which use cases the actors are using. So that is it. Give more visibility. So whoever is seeing your work should understand it helps to promote visual communication. If people are looking at it and they are struggling to understand their use case diagram, it means we've not done anything much. We should be able to, people can see it and just understand what you are doing, the project you are working, who is benefiting, how people are going to use this, what are they going to bring to the table. So it's they're very strategic. It might look simple, easy to do, but it's very strategic. Yeah. And once you finish building your use cases, just like we've said, these things we don't have, didn't give it name, you can come here and give it a name. You can say D3, D365, 365 ERP system. I'm giving it a name now, and you finish creating your use case diagram. You can export your work. Yeah. If you want to save this as save as, it means you are saving it the whole of this work. You can open it again and continue where you stop. But if you want to export your work, then use this export as in any format, in any way you want it to be. Can be in picture, PNG document, in a picture, JPEG, and in any way. So here can do this, and as a PNG, the exports, and you can say save on my drive on my device, so I will save it on my computer. Or I can just say download to my system, and I will click OK, and it's already downloaded, and I can use it, add it as part of the documentation for visualization, like something like this here, this one, because of, so you can just import it here, say insert. You see, you can add it to. So when you are dealing with stakeholders, you don't just talk. So they see it in diagram, the diagrammatical visual here, see what we are doing, and something like that. So every system has its own use case. Like this system we're using here, Google Doc. You can create a use case of this. If you are building an e-commerce website, you can create a use case of this. If you are creating a social media platform like this, our own, you can equally create a use case diagram of this, looking at all this functionality, how they are going to use it, messaging, notification. These are various ways they can use this. Friends requests, and a lot. Then if you are doing for this kind of that, have massive use, this have a massive use cases. See it, your diagram becomes so big. So that's it. And if you have question, that's where we are going to end it for tonight. I can take your question. And take us to yeah. And here. Yeah. So creating a use case diagram is not gonna be a big deal. And understanding what use cases is, for me, is not a big deal as well. But if you have questions still on that, we are open to help you understand it better. Okay, no question. All right, thank you, everyone. And your projects, I believe your project should be progressing by now. So where are we in our project? Because I'm just watching you guys. All the things I've asked you people to do, I have not seen anything. You guys are just playing around. Angela Ali, can see you here. What have you and your team been doing? Lady Angela, talking to you. You are the course, our course rep. Okay. How many of this group have secured a lead? How many of you have secured a lead, a team lead? That's how we're going to be project managers. And everybody wants to become project manager and business analyst. And then everybody wants to be earning 500. If you go to the internet, you type project manager, you see they are earning £500 a day. It's wow. So if I just do this, if I just join this boot camp, after the end of this boot camp, I will start earning 500 a day. You are just kidding me. Why you cannot even do simple tasks? So for high flyers, people who obey instruction, who delivers, from what I'm seeing, you guys cannot deliver. A simple build this thing, you guys are still struggling. Simple instruction, pick up a team lead. You people cannot do that. And you want to become a tech, everybody want to answer tech guy, tech baby. It's not by joining bootcamp in, and it's about learning something out of the bootcamp, being able to do something out of the bootcamp. We like to showcase ourselves, but we don't like to do any work. It doesn't work that way. Yeah. I try to make things very easy for us, but we say not. I don't see the vibe in this team, to be honest with you guys. The vibe is too low for me. I've handled groups. You people are very small. It should be high. The vibe should be higher because I've handled 4,000 people at team. Handle a group of 4,000 people at a go. I manage them. So I know what I'm talking about. So if you guys do not cooperate, I'll just, at the end of 4 months, I'll tell you guys, see you next time. That's me. You see, I try to deliver. I don't come to work late. And I teach everything I teach you. Go and verify what I'm teaching you if it's out of context. Okay, I'm done. And if you guys don't want, I've provided the platform. So I've onboarded everybody to Freedcamp. I've showed you how to start your project on Freedcamp. I've provided everybody a smaller group to manage the project. I've taught you people project management. I'm teaching people business analysis. I share the content. I upload the videos. I share the notes. So if you do not learn it, if you can't do it, it's not my fault. That's the point here. Good night.